Welcome to the Freevolous webisodes. Let me just start by explaining myself. This channel is starting off as a birthday present for my little sister. She is currently studying in Manchester for a few months. We're from Lisbon, Portugal. And she's always come to me with beauty and makeup related issues, and she recently told me how she wished she could properly use an eyeliner, and I've told her that she had to be patient and she had to practice, and she should check out some of the amazing YouTube tutorials that are already available, but she did none of the above. And I thought this would be the perfect way to give my little sister some long distance tips, tricks, tutorials and chats about beauty. And I think the topics I'll be addressing will be interesting enough to make this channel a public channel. Basically, this was also the perfect excuse for me to start doing something that I've wanted for a long time. To have my own voice and share what I have discovered over the 2 decades of bad skin and loving makeup and researching and trying and testing and hitting and missing. Little sis, let's start with what you've asked me. Eyeliner. The liquid eyeliner. Usually they have felt tips or brush tips like this. They are the more precise in application terms. They can give you a very graphic line, the classic glamour, well-defined cat flick. But because they are liquid and they give that much precision, you need to have a steadier hand. So there you go, you need to practice a lot. But I think that the felt tip applicators especially can give you quite enough control so that you can start playing with it. So go for it. My favorite is not sold in Portugal, unfortunately, but it's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in black. I like black eyeliners. And I find that the felt tip on this one gives me the perfect control. So you have to find your own. Next are the gel pot applications, the gel pot eyeliners, and they can be applied with an angled brush or a fine liner brush. They come in little pots like this, and they have a very intense pigment. They're amazing because of that. They're very creamy, they're very soft, and they usually can be used on your waterline because most of them are waterproof, and they can be smudged for an edgier look, but you can also do a graphic drawn in line. Since they don't set immediately, they give you more room for error, which is great. The downside, I think, is that the pots, the gel in the pots, if you're not a power user, if you don't wear eyeliner every day, it will dry out and you will not reach the end of the pot. So keep that in mind. My favorite one in drugstore is undoubtedly the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner, and that's amazing. I have here the L'Oreal one. I like it, but it's not as, I don't know, the texture of it is not as good, but it's also a very good eyeliner. There's the Kiko one, which I was very curious about it, and it has a different texture. It's more like acrylic paint. It's more kind of a glossier liquidy texture, and it's really interesting because you can have a more graphic line with it, and I'm really eager to test it out. As for the higher end goes, the classic ones. You have the Clinique one, which is great, the MAC one, which is great. Of course, the best pigment of all, the Urban Decay one. And for me, I want to get my hands on the Bobbi Brown one. So let's see how that goes. Last but not least, you have the pencil formulation. I'm not talking about those pencils that you have to scrub on your eyes until they get really sore, pop your eyeball out to get kind of a grayish line. Or the other ones that are the opposite, which are the kohl ones that are very creamy, very pigmented, but then they leave you with panda eyes and they keep on melting throughout the day. I'm talking about the new kind of technologies that are coming out and that give you kind of that gel texture, very soft, very creamy, and they last all day because they're waterproof and they're like this. They can be smudged. You can use an angled brush or another brush with it to give a more precise application. Just have to take some product with a brush. These are better for thicker, more statement lines and to make that kind of smoky eye effect, but they're very versatile and they're really highly pigmented, the ones I'm talking about. And my favorites are the Rimmel Scandal Eyes. These are amazing, they're really cheap. And then on the expensive end of things, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On pencils. I have the Perversion one here, which is really the darkest black. Another thing you can use is your eyeshadows. You can just take an angled brush and use them dry and get that very faded look, very smoky and discreet look. And you can always take your angled brush, put a little bit of water or spray a little bit of water onto it, or MAC Fix Plus if you have it, and dip it on the corner of the eyeshadow just so that you don't mess with the rest of it, and apply it as it were an eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. This may fade throughout the day though, just so you know. Also, the eyeshadows are great to lock on any other eyeliner you have previously applied, so that's a great tip. Just pat it on your eyeliner and it will boost the color, mattify it, and it will make it last a little bit longer. Last but not least, there's a hybrid, and this is the Benefit's They're Real Push-Up Liner. It's basically a twist-up pen that dispenses eyeliner on a rubbery nib, and it's basically gel eyeliner in a very, very handy form. Some people have complained about it drying or flaking throughout the day, or even when applying it can drag on itself and it's not pretty. But I find that if you twist it up and clean the first pieces of product that come out, the rest of the eyeliner inside will be great and has an amazing super black pigment. It's great. So I hope you give some of these a try. I hope you're not scared of eyeliner once I've showed you how to apply it. I'll go for the full flick, so let's see how it goes. Cut 4, the application. So first things first, I would like to apologize if by any accident my dog starts snoring, but he's sleeping and I can't wake him up. So let's start with a small little tip for an everyday makeup, almost no makeup look. If you take your pencil or your gel pot or something and you line the inner rim of your upper lash line like so, you will get an instant thicker lash line, if you can compare both of them, without having to have a noticeable line, which is great for every day. Just make sure you put a little bit of black eyeshadow over it to make it last a little bit longer. Next, let's go to the dreaded line. I'm going to use a gel pot and I'm going to take some product. Here we go. First things first, you should have a steady place where to sit your elbows so that you have the steadiest hand you can. And if you need to, you can always lean your hand on your face and use it to keep your hand steady, okay? So I'm going to start by stretching the skin a little bit, and I'm going to apply the eyeliner along the lashes. I like to start in the middle and bring it outwards, and then bring from the inner corner to the middle. And I like to start with a thin line because if I want, I can thicken it up, but I can't go the other way around. So here we go, just a little bit, and then I'm using small strokes because it's easier. You don't have to do that swiped line, that's for pros. I'm not a pro. Taking a little bit more product, and I'm thickening up the line. I just let go of the skin to make sure where to see where everything is going, and then I go back. There you go. There is a medium thickness line. And here we go, thickening it up. I find that when you move farther from the lash line, it's easier to make a swiped line, but not everybody does this. So you really have to find what's convenient and comfortable for you. So here we go. I think that's about right. Just softening the line, there we go. I like it all round the same thickness, more or less, but you can make it thinner on the edges and thicker in the middle, or thicker just the outer, on the outer corner. And then for the fade flick, here we go. I'm not a pro at this either, so this can go really badly very quickly. So in theory, what you should do is you choose a place where the flick will end, and you should follow the natural curve of your lower lash line here, going upwards, follow that imaginary line, and choose a place in the direction of your eyebrow. Choose a place where it would stop. There we go. And then you bring the line downwards. So here we go. See? Something like that. There we go. And then you're going to bring the other end, kind of the other end of the tip of the wing, and bring it towards your eyeliner. And there you go. There's a flick, oh god! And then you just fill in where you feel you need it. So this is a very cat eye-ish flick, not my usual look. I don't usually use a flick either, but when I'm on a more glamorous mood or vampy mood, this is something that I would wear. So there you go. It's quite simple. You just need to practice, sister. Practice. So stay calm. If you make a little mistake, take a little cotton bud with a bit of moisturizer and clean it up. Or with a little bit of makeup remover, that will work too if you don't have very sensitive eyes. And you can always, with a little bit of concealer in a small brush like this, just clean up the edges when you're finished to make sure there's nothing there that you don't want it to be. And if it doesn't work, we all have those days. Just stop, take a breath, clean it all out, and do another thing. Just a smoky eye or a nude eye or something like that. Have fun. Bye.
Un rêve, un rêve.